Hey folks, I am back with another video, and this time I want to talk about Devil May Cry 2. This is not a review in a way I would normally do it, and I'm certainly not as good with words like other people here on YouTube, since English is not my first language, and I probably can't explain what makes a game good or bad in a way people like Egoraptor or James Rolfe could. But this is my first try, and I'm doing my best. So thanks to everyone who is watching this. Let me know what you think. In this video, I just want to address what I think is wrong with Devil May Cry 2. So let's get started. Hearing a lot of bad things about Devil May Cry 2, I never really believed it until I played it myself. So here we have it, Devil May Cry 2. The graphics are okay and the animations are fluid. But okay, this is just nitpicking right here. But I don't like the way Dante runs around in this game. Can't really put my finger on it, but it just looks kinda odd to me. But let's move on. You have your standard attacks, you can swing your sword, you can shoot your guns, and you even have some new moves, like running up walls and a new dodge mechanic that lets you evade incoming attacks more easily. So that's kinda cool. Dante can also jump very high and shoot straight down while in the air, or target two enemies at the same time. The environments look somewhat boring, considering the areas are much larger than in Devil May Cry 1, but most of them look the same. The first game had more interesting surroundings, better lighting, and had more atmosphere. So here we have our first enemies. Guess you can argue about the design, but well. Naturally, I try doing combos, like in the first game. And it kinda works, and I get a good style rank. But this was pure luck, to be honest. Not that I'm a bad player. Truth is, most of the time your attacks don't even connect properly. The enemies are no real threat and can be killed off easily by simply shooting at them. And this is one of the major issues of Devil May Cry 2. Your guns are totally overpowered. You can lift most of your opponents into the air by simply shooting. Comboing, like in Devil May Cry 1, is made almost impossible by the fact that Dante makes a huge leap every time while shooting your guns in mid-air. You shouldn't even bother. Just slash away at your enemies and you'll be fine. Or shoot, whatever. When you actually get hit, it's mainly because the controls are just off. Everything moves much slower and your attacks seem somewhat delayed. Your reaction may be quick enough, but jumping out of the way in time won't always work. These horrible infested tanks, for example, are just stupid. I guess you could jump and flip around in an attempt to make it look cool, but ultimately you just stand there and swing your sword over and over and over. Just look at the life bar. There is no end to it. This is just tedious. Not only are the enemies a total joke on their own, but once you're in devil mode, you're pretty much invincible. Just transform and hold the shoot button. So what about the coolness factor? Well, it's not like Dante would have any personality whatsoever. He doesn't even talk most of the time. He just flips a coin every now and then. Some people say that the camera improved since the first entry, but no. Just no. It sucks. I mean, look at this. You can't even see your enemies. So what do? You shoot them. That's all. Another thing that can be really annoying is the auto-targeting system. You have no choice if you want to lock onto an enemy or not. And it can totally get in your way, like in this case. All I want to do is destroy this door, but the game won't let me because there's still one tiny enemy left in this room. There's another example where you have to escape from an oil platform in time, but in order to do that, you have to hit a switch with your sword. But you can't do that as long as there are still enemies around. The story is pretty forgettable, and the game is very short. A lot of chapters actually are nothing more than a boss fight. And this is the worst thing about Devil May Cry 2. The bosses. Here's one example. This is the first main boss of the game. Pretty scary, huh? Well, not that much. If you don't fall asleep while playing, he probably won't even hit you. That is, unless you get close to use your sword. Yeah, it's useless. All you gotta do is shoot. Most of the time he doesn't even care about you and just swings around. This boss is at least somewhat dangerous. But seriously, I'm fighting it for the first time. And he's no problem at all. Even if I get hit, it's simply because I don't even care anymore at this point. And here we have the infested helicopter, which you have to fight like 4 times, by the way, in one stage, now hovering over me. And that's pretty much all it does. There's no proper way to attack it other than, you guessed it, shoot it. God, this takes forever. Let's speed this up a little. But this is not the worst. In order to defeat this boss, you have to get rid of its tentacles first, which will regenerate over time. And if you do get too close, this thing will poison you. But, get this. Stand in this spot and shoot. Wow. This is pathetic. I really don't know what to say anymore. All I can do now is insert some AVGN quotes here and there, like, what were they thinking? Or didn't anybody test this game before they released it? Okay, next boss. Oh, this one actually looks threatening. Oh, whoa! He charges at me. Oh my god! This is gonna be exciting. Haha, yeah, come on. Oh, I gotta get away from him. Ah, he pulls me towards him. Better keep my distance for now. Oh, once again? Okay, I'll just stand here. What? Oh, what? Really? Okay, that's it. I just can't take it anymore. Let's wrap this up. Devil May Cry 2 is a huge disappointment. The combat, the boss fights, the cheesy dialogue, the creepy scenery, everything that made the first game good has been dumbed down to a minimum. I guess you could call this an okay game as a standalone title, but as a sequel to one of the greatest action games ever created, this just flat out fails. If you're planning on getting the Devil May Cry HD collection, focus on the first and the third installment, which is arguably the best in the series, and simply skip this one. I heard that some people actually liked the second game, but not me. Sorry, it just has too many flaws that keep it from being a game I could recommend. Thanks for your time. The Devil May Cry Let's Play series will continue after this. Have a nice day. Bye bye.